Good morning everyone, my name is Skoller from the Trader 10 community and I'm going to do a weekly forecast for you guys. This week's on the weekly forecast I'm going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. So what are we actually going to do in this video? We are going to look at what happened in the last week price action wise to try and predict what might happen in the future this week. So let's have a look at Bitcoin. We've seen that in this week we broke out. We were kind of trading above here. So what might actually be one of the next steps of Bitcoin if it's not going to continue higher? If it's not going to continue higher, then I'm actually going to look at the previous all-time high and the lower support that brought us there. This is going to be my zone of interest for Bitcoin if we come back down. Now, why am I looking at this zone? In my opinion, I know it might be a little bit stretched, but in my opinion it looks kind of like this, right? We're getting above it and now we want to come back down on it. We haven't really tested the 90-20 case either, so when will we come back down to test this? We don't know. But will we? Yeah, well, maybe in the future we will, right? If the trend changes from bull to bear, then we might get these long opportunities in the future. Now, this would be a retracement. If price would come from here all the way to here, I don't see that as a bearish move. It's still a retracement because we've made a big move up. Coming back down without losing too much stuff is still decent. However, guys, keep in mind, whenever we come back down from here, we are losing moves that brought us to the high, which means that this is also a valid shorting setup once we come here. Because of that, we will be looking to re-add to our longs and to look for some hedge shorts when we come back up in this zone. Because, well, we see that there is a small shift in momentum here. We see that price isn't just rocketing up, but it's kind of slowing down. One red day, one blue day, two red days, another green day, another red day, you know? You see it yourself, right? It's not that we're just trending up multiple days after one another. It's starting to, well, struggle a little bit with getting up. Because of that, we might expect this retracement, and just keep in mind that we start to lose moves that brought us to the high, which in turn gives us short opportunities. So that's kind of what I'm looking for on the daily. Let's see if we can have some more information on the lower time frames. So tonight they actually did a sweep of the move that brought us to the current all-time high. Alright, I think everybody can see that. So a lot of supply and demand traders were playing this zone with their stop losses below here. So what did they do? They swept these lows, but afterwards they actually played the sweep very nicely, right? As you can see right here. So they swept the lows, came back down, tested the support here that they just swept where everybody's stop losses were. Was still a valid support. Yes, it was still a valid support, and then they pumped up. So what's next? What's the first big resistance again for Bitcoin? It's probably going to be around somewhere. Either we look at this high or we look at these highs, and then we draw a rectangle box, because support or resistance is never just one line. It's more often than not a whole zone of profit taking. So we are looking right here for Bitcoin to look for some resistance, some PTs if you caught this long. If not, no problem. There will always be more opportunities. Make sure to take some profits on your longs here, and be careful if there might be a retracement. Keep in mind to look out for the bigger picture. This might be a very nice long opportunity in terms for the continuation to the upside. So always try to look at the daily to, well, get a glimpse of what might happen in the future. Currently they're holding nicely, but you can see as well that price is kind of paraboling, well, not paraboling, but, well, slowing down a little bit. So right now they would really need to try and break this out to get a nice new bullish up candle, because if they don't, if they just stop here, then I think the probability of us going lower and actually doing this daily retracement has gone up significantly. So for Bitcoin, you want them to keep on making near all-time highs. If they don't, we're probably going to retrace and test something around the 40k zone. So that's it for Bitcoin. Let's head over to Ethereum. So looking at Ethereum, looks like they didn't do the short retracement play right here, but they went straight for new all-time highs, which is really nice. As we look at the local movement that they did last night, they also went for the move, for the sweep right here, but the continuation move of the move that brought us to the move to the high. So that's still a decent hold. Let's see if they can hold this level for the whole day, or if they might start closing below the move of the high. If they start closing below the move of the high on the daily, we have to look out for it, right? Because in my opinion, this 13,360 level is kind of the same as the 40k level for Bitcoin. So once this starts retracing, right, I'm interested in the 1400-ish zone for Ethereum with the same methodology that I used for the Bitcoin. Now, there's not really that much to see here because this one keeps on making new all-time highs. It's probably kind of following what Bitcoin's doing. So let's say that Bitcoin is starting to weaken, then Ethereum will weaken as well, and we might see a retracement on ETH as well. But first, let's have a look on the lower time frame. What's this one bringing? What's this one showing us? Here we can actually see that Ethereum did lose the move to the high on the 4 hour already. So I think there might be a little bit more shorting pressure on ETH. Where will I actually be looking for shorts? We're looking at the previous high before the all-time high, which is around here, and we will draw our zone like this. Here we will look for our shorts. The bottom is our short entry, the top can be our stop loss or something. Depends how you play it. You can also ladder in all through this zone with your stop loss above the new all-time high. Be careful though there for getting some spread on your stop loss. So calculate that in within your risk. So these are plays that we can play. Of course, the long play sweep that also played out on Bitcoin also happened on ETH, as you can see. So we stopped out these supports, right? Depending where you had your long after the sweep, you might have gotten an entry here. Make sure to take some profit targets here because we did lose the move that brought us to the high, which always shows us some bearish momentum. Now, does this mean that ETH can make new all-time highs? No, it doesn't mean like that. It doesn't mean that. What do I expect ETH if they want to continue higher? I'm looking for something like this. Get above the shorting zone, stop these people out, get a small bounce to the upside and come back down here. I think I talked about this on my previous forecasts as well. So why would ETH, after going up here and come back down to this zone, why would this become a support zone? It's actually quite simple. In the market, there are people that trade without stop losses. Now these people, once we get past this zone, they will be heavily underwater, right? So right here, and they will be like, oh no, I need to try and get out of this ETH short because, well, this thing is just going to blow. Right, it's going to go up to the upside. I need to get out of this. So when they can sell their ETH short and buy ETH again with their losses or small losses, they will gladly do so, and they will market smash, making the market go up. Okay, so that's one of the ways I look at this. If ETH can almost get above the new all-time high and get above this zone, then I might be interested in buying this previous move that brought us lower. So that's kind of it for ETH as well. Hope you like this one. Let's head over to XRP. So looking at XRP, looks like I drew quite a bit last time when we did this video. Let's have a quick revision of what we were thinking that this one might do. We were talking about the continuation right here on the 4 hour, touching this and then going higher. We were also talking about taking a possible hedge position right here if you were getting a short. Looks like they did initiate a short, but they kind of initiated a sweep. And then right here, they went higher. Now we can kind of see the same pattern that I wanted us to do here come and play right here. Now let me show it to you. Let me first remove all of this, and then I will show you the pattern. So what we've actually done is we went to the top side of the 4 hour candlesticks, right? This is the failure that brought us down. And here you can see that we actually kind of the same. Instead of, well, let's say that we're still in this long. We tried to hedge short this, but failed. This was our next hedge short opportunity, just by looking at the 4 hour structure. right? This was the previous all-time high in this local zone, not the all-time high of ETH, but in this local zone. So we know that people will take a lot of profits there. When they take a lot of profits there and we can find a short opportunity, it's always nice to take it. Now, what's one of the zones where we have to go to look for continuation? The previous zone where we were looking for shorts. Now, what's the main methodology behind this? It's the same thing that I just explained in ETH. People will short here, right? People get underwater. So when price goes up, these people are like, oh my god, no. I'm so hard in the water, why did I short this coin? When price finally comes back into the zone, these people will market smash out, and that's why we get these nice wicks. Because these people are so underwater, they want to get out, and now they're out, right? And if you can capitalize on this, if you know that people shorted here, and now you can long there, then you are in a very good position to trade. So what am I now actually expecting for the upcoming weeks for XRP? Let's first have a quick glance on the daily, because well, I want to see how strong it's actually acting on the daily. This zone, even on the daily as well, with this weekly support line, because green lines are weekly supports for me, is actually looking pretty decent. Of course, this box can become a green box right now, and not a red one anymore, because it's now support, not resistance. So let's see what we're trying to do. We went over this high right here. So now what we want to do is we want to at least hold this bottom support. If we can hold this bottom support, then we will make new highs. So that's what I'm looking for. What are these new highs that we will be trying to reach? I'm more looking at 70 cents, maybe even 72. This looks like a pretty decent zone to start testing. If you want to head short this, then we can always put our stop loss above this high. Yep, and that sounds actually like a very nice plan. If we start moving down, and where do I not want to close up below this one, and where do we see this in the internal trend? You can see that it aligns up with this move that initiated the move to the high. So I don't want to close below this blue line, but we can wick below into this zone. For me, if we never lose this blue line, then I'm still looking for an up move to the upside. So that's kind of it for XRP this week. Yeah. So guys, thank you all very much for watching. We also reached our goal of 1,000 subscribers, so thank you all very much for the support. It really means a lot. If you like what we're doing here, come and check us out on Twitch as well, where we teach people every day how to trade for free. And if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next forecast. Take care in the markets, and bye bye.